Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Coding Hub. Today we're going to be talking about whether it's still worth learning to program in 2025. With mass layoffs at tech companies, increased competition from AI, and just the sheer amount of people in the market at the moment looking for tech jobs, it's become increasingly difficult to, one, get into the tech market as a developer, but also stay in the tech market as a developer. And yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at whether it's still worth learning to program and what you can do to better position yourself for the future. So if you like this content, please give it a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Let's get into it. So with AI and the big elephant in the room, which is AI taking over a lot of jobs potentially, you hear articles about AI continuously replacing people in the workplace, AI coding better and quicker than most junior developers and things like that. It's clear that there's a narrative going around that developers are being replaced by AI and so on. But the thing is, AI is not here to take your job. If you think back to something like the calculator being invented, that didn't stop people from learning maths. It only amplified and allowed mathematicians to figure out things that they couldn't before. And it made them do their job more efficiently and allow them to do things quicker. And it's the same with AI. So don't think of AI as something that's here to replace you. It's something that's here to amplify you and make your job easier. And the barrier to entry has never been lower. There's free resources everywhere, especially AI. You can subscribe to ChatGPT or Claude, and they have free versions, which are perfectly fine. You have things like Copilot, which is now completely free as well. You can use it free with the free models of ChatGPT and Claude. Honestly, it works really well. And you have AI there to answer questions and explain different concepts, complicated concepts to you at any point in the day. So it doesn't matter how little time you have or what point in the day you've got that time, it's always there to be able to point you in the right direction, hopefully. Obviously, AI at the moment has got an issue of hallucinating answers, so don't take everything it says as the perfect answer, but you can use it as a starting point. And you can definitely build production-ready apps as a beginner using AI. And this is some of the issue that people are facing at the moment, especially junior developers or graduate developers, is AI is able to do a lot of these things a lot easier and quicker than graduate developers. But the thing about graduate developers is that they're still needed. We still need developers in the world. And at the moment, the market is down, the economies are down around the world. So companies are trying to cut back where possible. So graduate and junior developer roles, unfortunately, are being hit. But this isn't due to AI, this is just due to the economy, and this has always been the case. If you look back to the 2008 financial crisis, it was the same sort of story. Graduate level jobs were being cut everywhere, not just in tech. And also, some of the other things to look at, the ceiling has never been higher. So if you are one of those graduate or junior developers, use AI to amplify yourself, to learn new things, to become really specialized in certain areas that you find passionate and interesting. And you can achieve a lot more with AI, and you can start building side projects which you can then demo and create portfolios which you can use to demonstrate to future employers. New opportunities are emerging all the time, so AI needs human oversight. We need to be looking at what AI is actually doing. You can't just vibe code your way into a super profitable company. That, unfortunately, despite what the adverts tell you, that is not possible. And the reason for that is AI is great at creating code, but there will be points at which it will get stuck. It can't do everything. Sometimes it just thinks it's right. It thinks something should be working and it just doesn't work. And that's where you come in. That's where your expertise comes in, because you can see where it's getting stuck. You can see how it's getting stuck, and you can help it get unstuck. For example, error handling, for example. If there's an error in your code and you just paste the error to the AI, maybe 50% of the time it might be able to do it, but the other 50% of the time it will get so stuck that it will feel like nothing's happening. And if you don't have the expertise and the knowledge to actually be able to go in and fix it, then nothing will be able to help you. And that's where AI with human interaction is key, because when AI gets stuck, it helps you. When you get stuck, AI helps you. And that kind of two-way streak works really well. Prompt engineering is becoming a real skill. So if you're good at writing good prompts, that will help you in the future. And the more you know about coding, and the more context and information you can give to the AI, the better results you're going to get. So if you just tell the AI, build me a login page, it will build you some generic login page that it has copied from some other project that the model's learned from. But if you ask it to do something very specific, because you know what you want to do, you just don't want to write the code because the AI can write the code quicker, but you know exactly how the code, you will be able to get through that really much quicker because you know what you're doing and the AI writes the code quicker. Yeah, so someone needs to understand what AI is actually building. You need to review the codes that the AI is writing because it's not always correct. You need to test it, make sure you're testing. That is regardless of whether you're writing with AI or not. Just make sure you test your work. And the fundamentals still matter. Companies still need people who understand the systems, who can debug AI-generated code and who can architect decisions, because things like that can't be automated. So the fundamentals are very key. So you should make sure you learn those because you will need these when you're working with AI. So how can you prepare for the future if you are a graduate developer or a junior developer, or you are just going into computer science in your first year at university now? Well, step one, learn the fundamentals properly, and that is key. So data structures and algorithms, things like that will never go away. AI will just be able to write them, but the knowledge about them will never go away. Understanding how computers work gives you an edge. And this is what separates people from just copying and pasting. And that those things have always been key. And before AI, there was the joke of people copying and pasting code from things like Stack Overflow. Now that has moved to something like ChatGPT or Claude. But in reality, learning the fundamentals, knowing what's happening, will never be an undervalued skill. Step two, master AI tools from day one. So use ChatGPT and Claude as your coding partners. Learn prompt engineering and understand what AI is good at and what it's not good at. And in your very early career, I'd honestly sometimes suggest not to use too much AI unless you're using it to learn. Don't use it to write the code for you. And the reason for that is there's no better way of learning than by actually doing. It's a bit like when you're doing maths. Think about the fact that we have two maths tests, one with a calculator and one without a calculator. And showing you're working is far more important than getting the correct answer. And it's the same with coding. AI can do this stuff, we know that. Make sure you are doing more than you're letting AI do for you in your early career. Step three, build projects that matter. So don't just build another to-do list app. Unless this is your very first project, then do build one of those. But solve real problems, solve things that annoy you every day, solve things that annoy your family every day or your friends every day. Write things that people will need and get feedback from that from people on how it's working for them and how they're using it. And show you can ship actual products. Write that app, deploy it to Azure or AWS, and start learning how that CI/CD process is working. Step four, specialize strategically. So pick areas where human expertise matters: security, system design, AI, ML, cloud architecture. Places like that, AI is still very behind compared to human knowledge. Become the person who understands the why, not just the how. And that is super important, not just in programming and computer science, but in every industry and area of your life. Step five, create connections with people. The hidden job market is more important than ever. So being able to make friends at work, being able to work with different types of people at work is actually more important than you think. Unfortunately, your coding skills can only take you so far because people want to work with people. And if you're super smart and super good, that's great. That's amazing. But you also need to be able to have the human touch and be able to communicate with people and present your ideas clearly. So do things like building in public, contribute to open source, get involved with people outside of your work. And if you're not at work and you're just at uni, then do start building in public and do contribute to open source. So yeah, I don't think it's all doom and gloom. AI is not here to take your job yet, at least. But do put in the work to truly understand computer science. Make sure you know the basics. Embrace AI as a tool, not a threat. It's here to help you. Don't just ignore it and dismiss it. Learn it. Check out the new updates. Pretend it's like a new iPhone every year and see what the new features are and how they work and where they don't work. So continuously adapt and learn. That is super important. That will be important for now, for 10 years' time. That will always be the case. Always learn to adapt and learn new things. And build real projects that demonstrate value, and you will never be replaced by anything, whether it's AI or whether it's the thing after AI. I really hope this video helped you. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.